Okay, in our last video, we talked about how to manage the actual entries themselves, how to increase them, how to decrease them. In this video, I want to talk about the actual records and how to project data from those records using these three buttons here. Okay, so the first button is one where we can pull a record from the previous entry. So just imagine for a second that I'm on the second row here. Well, if you'll notice, December is the same date that it is here. I don't want to have to redo that. So I can just tap on this button right here and it's going to pull the previous entry, which was December. Okay. Now notice too, if I hover over this, you're going to see a little explanation of what this does, but it's also going to give you a shortcut key. So on a Mac, it's Command D for this feature. But on a PC, it'd be probably Control D, but you'll be able to see it in the tooltips. Okay. Now this one over here actually allows us to project. So you can project across the entire set of entries, all 28 entries right here. It'll push December across all of those entries. So if we wanted to go ahead and do that, if I tap this, now, if I move through the entries, you'll see December's filled out all the way through, okay? So that gives you the ability to quickly push records all the way through. And that's also useful to do, especially for a year, because in most cases, the year is going to stay consistent. Now, I'm going to, in a later video, I'm going to show you how to find the year if it's not on this screen. That's an important feature. It's not available here. How would I discover it? I'm going to leave that as a teaser for the next video. But let's go to this real quick. So this is how to push the records across the entire set of entries. This here is to pull an entire entry to a new entry. So let's just imagine that this was baptisms, and that the records were a set of twins. Okay, so the parents are the same, the birth year is the same, the birth date is the same, everything is the same except for the names. Well, I don't want to have to just rewrite all of that information and just change the given name. I want to be able to just copy the whole record over, and this allows us to do that. So if I tap this, I can click on that, and boom, it pulls in everything from record or entry number 1. It pulls it into entry number 2, and really quickly you can just make whatever changes are necessary on that record. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And so what that lets us do is to these three buttons here, they allow us to quickly make changes without having to write it all out. Okay, and especially once you get really good at the little keyboard shortcuts here, you can just start hammering through these records to quickly do your indexing. So on our next video, we're going to talk about how to find the date and some of the things that might not be too obvious on a couple of other commands that are really useful. So stand by for that.